right, so for those who remember, a couple days ago I did a video talking about my ideas for a new Universal Studios park. And this is kind of adjacent to that. So in this idea, basically what it is like a ride for this hypothetical Universal Studios. And it's a ride that we'll probably never see because of the character we're using here, and that's Child's Play. So yes, this is going to be my idea for a Child's Play ride. Now, basically, where would you put this in the parks? Now, Hollywood has a lot of space, but the thing is that Universal Studios Florida usually gets all the really cool shit. So I would imagine if it was to go anywhere, maybe Universal Japan, but Chucky obviously is not big in Japan. That's more they have all the licensing with the anime characters and Japanese films. So I think it would go to Universal Orlando. But the problem is with Universal Orlando is that it only has an X amount of space. So it would probably have to you'd probably have to take out Men in Black, and Men in Black is probably like it's been dated. As much as I like that ride, I'm like, ooh, if there's any ride on the chopping block, it's this one. Because it just feels so dated, and the ride systems just keeps getting slower and slower. I love that ride to death, but I know in my heart of hearts, the next time they announce another ride, that's going to go. And you may be thinking, well, why not the Fear Factor stage? Why hasn't that been gotten rid of? No one goes to that fucking thing anymore. Well, I think there's a reason why. And yes, the Fear Factor stage show is completely 100% like outdated, and it's just kind of there now. The reason I think they keep it around is because that's the stage they can use for Halloween Horror Nights whenever they do Villains Academy. That's what I think they keep it around. That's where I really think they're keeping it around for, is for Villains Academy and the stage show. Because those are great. And I don't think they want to build another stage. So I think that's the only reason they're keeping it around yearly. But if you knocked out that area, then you'd have a whole place. But I will say that it probably would be Men in Black, and this would be a worthy successor. And also, it's a Universal... it's technically... Well, the first film of Child's Play is under Paramount, or MGM, excuse me. Yeah, the first film's under MGM, but the rest of the films are under Universal. So technically, Chucky is a Universal character, a Universal Movies character. So he can be used by Universal, and they wouldn't have to do any licensing. So I think this would be a worthy successor. So let's talk about this hypothetical ride for Child's Play. And no, it's not just because I'm having this thought, is because I've been listening constantly to Assault and Batteries, the new Ice Nine Kills song, that involves Chucky from Child's Play. No, it can't be because it's totally because of that. Anyway, so let's talk about this idea for the ride. So hypothetically, let's say we take out Men in Black. We take out Men in Black Alien Attack, and we put in this... What would the queue look like? What would it look like? I would say the theme of it would be a Child's Play, like a good guy doll factory. It looks like the exterior is a good guy doll factory, and I guess you could call it like the Revenge of Chucky, or Child's Play the Ride. I would say like Child's Play the Revenge of Chucky would probably be the best one. Like maybe something like that. There you go. So the queue would be like the interior of a good guy doll factory. Like you would see like good guy dolls being built, or you would see like other toys. And I would have it would be fun to have fun animatronics, like animatronic toys, like look around and even look at you sometimes. And in the background, as you go deeper and deeper into it, like the story would be is that this is a good guy. The good guy dolls are coming back. Like they are making a big comeback after years and years of just being completely discontinued after being connected to all the murders. But the new CEO assures, no, those were totally not good guy dolls in the 80s. That wasn't a rogue good guy doll. Here, Charles Lee Ray's been dead, and that's been overblown by that Andy guy. So basically, they want to give you a tour of the factory to show you that nothing's wrong and that good guys are your friends till the end. And as you go deeper into the queue, you would hear a factory worker's gone missing, or someone has disappeared, and you would see further into the queue you go into it, like you would see shadows of Chucky, like a little projection of Chucky's shadow run across the like a high rise above you, or hear him laugh. So let's get down to the nitty gritty and talk about the ride itself. So the ride itself would be kind of in the vein of Escape from Gringotts. This dark ride roller coaster with unhinged cars, so you could. I know there's a name for it. I'm just the best way I get is that these cars can rotate freely. They do it at Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens as well. So that would be the ride system I would use in this hypothetical ride. Now, so as you would go into the ride itself, like as you board it, it starts out as like a factory, and it almost feels like an Omnimover at the start of it, like an Omnimover dark ride, like Haunted Mansion. And you would turn and look at stuff and be like, here's how the factories and here's how the dolls are built. But then it would come to a complete halt, and you'd see like an animatronic of Chucky being like, hello, you deadbeats are, my first new victim and one of you might be my new body, or some shit like that. And then it goes off the rails because Chucky like takes a knife to the controls, and you just go flying everywhere. And I would even have like he's learned a new spell from a new voodoo spell that like is breathing life into all these other toys. So you would have like maybe toy soldiers, like when you turn, you would like turn and view like a bunch of toy soldiers, and you hear a gunshot and your car would spin as if it had been shot, and you'd hear like little audio of like little bullets hitting the car. I would even have like a Jack-in-the-Box that springs out and like snarls at you, and it sprays water in your face, like to simulate drool or something like that. And you would just be going round, like all around, just on these tracks, just freely, have a complete stop, and then be like, Chucky holds up like this cable, and he's like, bye-bye, bitches, and just snaps the cable, and you drop and go flying back. It would just be completely crazy. Like just have a drop tower like at Hagrid's, like just go all in on this. The problem is that this will probably never happen because Chucky isn't exactly family friendly. And you could make the argument, oh well, a lot of the rides at Universal weren't exactly family friendly. Yeah, but you could make the argument with them, like Kong is PG-13. This would be a movie based off of a hard R movie. And a hard R movie franchise, so it would be kind of hard to convince Universal. You'd have to, and Chucky is known for swearing, but if you were to do this realistically, you can't have Chucky swear. And that's kind of the fun. I'm not saying you couldn't get Stephen Dorff for this. I'm pretty sure Universal could shell out the money for Stephen Dorff. Hell, even get the entire cast and crew to work on it. Like, even be fun, like, in the queues, or as, like, the instructions for the ride, like, when you're boarding the ride, you could have Jennifer Tilly as Tiff explaining it. Like, she's killed the actual instructor, and she's hid the body, and now she's just pretending to be it, and then goes, go have fun, baby. Or something like that, I don't know. So, anyway, I just thought this would be a fun, quick video to talk about, to do. I did actually a video of this earlier today, but I was so out of it that I was like, man, this video sucks. I want to try this again. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of a Child's Play ride? Do you guys like it, hate it? And what other horror movie characters do you think should get rides, and what do you think the ride would be like? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.